there's a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those by clicking the card or the link in the description at our Patreon site. These are available for individual purchase or for tier 2 and 3 supporters. Alright, let's look at this lesson. I'm going to show you some substitution chords. So we're looking at a D minor and a G7. Now in this example, I'm doing a D minor 9th and we're playing a G13th for the G7th chord. I'm basically just going through the chords. We're in the key of F, so in F you would have F, B flat, and C7th normally. Now if you went to the relative minor for F, that would be the 6, and that would be a D minor. So for that D minor, we can play this new, I'll say new version of it. It's a D minor 9th. And then for the G chord, which would be a 2 chord, for an F, F up to G is 2, 1 to 2, we can play a 13th in this case instead of the 7th. You can mix them. You could play a D minor, and then you could play the D minor 9th. You could play the G7th, and then you could play the G13th, and I'll show you those. And then I'm going to just show you two other things it does. It goes from the F up to the 2 chord, the G chord, and I go a half step up, and that's a real common country. Okay, so we're at the 1st fret, that's F. You can play any group you want to. I'm sticking mostly with 5, 6, and 8. Now when we go to that G flat, normally when you do that, you'll use a 7th variation. So if you go to your 2nd fret, play 5, 6, 9, then the next chord would be the G13. Now that one, you go to your 3rd fret, you cover 9, 8 with your bar, leave 4 and 5 open. Now you can play that, since it's 4 notes, play the 9th string by itself, then play 8, 4, 5 as a group. Okay, now so that's now the thing I alluded to at the beginning. If you wanted to play G7th to G13, you'd be at the 3rd fret, you'd play 5, 6, 9, everything's covered at the 3rd. Then you go to the 13th. So you can work that into your songs or your group that you play with, because there are confines of what you're doing. You can get too far out with the chords or the band you're with or the type of song. You know, if it's like a real pretty ballad, you may not want to play those kind, because you have that tension, that dissonance with those more advanced chords. So it's discretion, you know, but again, you have the option to try it, play it. Okay, so that's the 2 little moves to go from F to G. Okay, so when we arrive at the G, we're playing the G13th, which again is bar on 9, 8 at the 3rd, 4, 5 open. Okay, now we're going to F to D minor, and that's the relative minor. And the move I did there, which is a real common move, you're walking down your 4th string. You're walking that F note down. So we go 1st fret, I'll show you this one, it's 4, 5, 6. Back your bar off of the 4th string only. So we're walking that down. Now that D minor 9th, you go to your 3rd fret again, B pedal in, which is the one that raises your 6th string a half tone. You play 10, 9, 6, and play your 4th string open. And again, if you wanted to go from a regular D minor to this D minor ninth, you could do it like that. So you could go 4, 5, 6, 4 open, 5, 6, 8 with the A pedal down at your first fret. That's D minor. Then you could go to your 3rd fret and play the D minor ninth, which is 10, 9, 6 with the B pedal down, 4th string open. Okay, now I'm not gonna go through the whole backing track with you, but it's just any group that you want to do your F, B flat, C7, F. The 2 chords that we're dealing with in the lesson is the G13th and the D minor ninth. But what started me on this path was I was trying to find a minor ninth, and those are pretty tricky to find a good voicing for any of those chords on the E ninth tuning without some different knee levers or pedals. But this one's real easy. And you can roll that. I think I did that on a backing track. I simply picked them as individual notes. Okay, so give this a try and let me know. Like I said, it's just adding substitutes or color or a variation of a common chord. So we know that's going from the 1 to the 6 minor. And I like it. I like the way it sounds. Same thing with going from the 1 to the 2. So that's going from a normal F to a G7. That's going from the 1 to the G13. All right, so give them a try. Let me know what you think, and hopefully you can use them somewhere in your playing. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do that would be joining our Patreon site. But you can also support us by clicking the like, subscribe, or join buttons below. All right, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank our supporters on YouTube and Patreon, especially our Tier 3 supporters, Jim, M. Medlock, William, Philip, Arthur, and Douglas. So thanks again for helping us out, and keep picking.